What's up, hockey think tankers? Welcome to another Short Shifts episode sponsored by Skate Tech. In case you didn't know, Skate Tech skate sharpening and equipment repair brings you NHL quality service at an affordable retail price. With over 24 years of sharpening and equipment customizing experience, Skate Tech serves as your personal equipment manager, providing the highest quality skate sharpening, blade profiling, team uniforms. And guess what? I just bought a whole bunch of practice jerseys for the summer skates for my guys from Mr. Chad. And equipment alterations available on the market today. Let Skate Tech help you take your on-ice performance to the next level with the edge the pros trust. Check them out at skatetechsharpening.com.
What's up, everybody? Happy Wednesday, or whenever you are listening to this episode. 10 minutes are on the clock for our short shifts. Jeffrey Lavecchio has no idea what the topic is going to be, but should you choose to accept this challenge, come with me on this magic carpet ride. That was ready to go?
Ready.
All right, cool. Jeffrey, you are in the gym. Jeffrey, you are also a career learner, always trying to get better, always trying to find new ways of doing things. And so it's getting to the point of summer right now where it's starting to ramp up, I'm sure, a little bit, getting into July here. And I wanted to know from you, like when it comes to like speed, being fast, being powerful, right? Is there something new that you're doing, or what's like the biggest change that you've made as it relates to developing like speed and power from like last year into this year?
I say every year I focus on like the ankles even more, because like the ability to have like a stiff ankle and the ability to transfer speed, power, and strength from the foot up the kinetic chain, like efficiency. I'm always chasing efficiency, and I'm always trying to think about how can I help my guys just move their body in more efficient ways. Strength is a piece of that. Coordination is a big piece of that. Like being strong at length, like having, loading end ranges, because speed in hockey is not the same as speed in track. Speed in track is like one race and you're done. But speed in hockey, like 100 meter sprinter, 100 meters, you're done. So it's like you're training for one thing. But speed in hockey isn't just top speed. I tell my guys all the time, I would much rather have you have the repeated sprint ability than being the absolute fastest guy on the ice, but you can't repeat that over and over. Also, speed in hockey, it's like speed usually is like you thinking like top end speed, but speed in hockey, like when people talk about fast players, they're also thinking agility. So it's like you have to be able to stop, get out of the stop very quickly, beat a guy out of the stop or out of your, Gretzky turn or punch turn or whatever turn you're doing, and getting out of it quickly. Like people call that a fast hockey player. In the world other than hockey, fast is more of like a top end, top speed thing. But like, I want you to be really fast in a straight line, but I care more about agility. So like, part of that is like really working on the ankles and having them be able to change direction efficiently, and then being strong and powerful in their change of direction. So we've been working every year, working more on the ankles, working more on change of direction, working more on when we're doing agility, like doing different things with their eyes. Because also like again, if you have better vision and you take a better path on the ice, a straight line is the quickest distance between 2 points. So by like bringing your eyes into your agility training and thinking while we're doing agility and things like that, which we're about to get into, if you process things faster, you are a faster player on the ice. Like the speed that you play at is faster. So like, I think that's why hockey is so difficult to train for, because it's like, you got to be good at so many different things to be good all at one time.
We use muscles that most people don't use.
And like you have a stick that's long. So like, it's not like throwing is part of your body. So it's like, it's way different to be good with a stick that's 5 feet long and be able to have skill out there while you're exhibiting strength, power, speed, vision of where to go and read and react and agility. And like decision-making plays a factor in, are you a fast player? Like, yeah, some people think of speed on the ice as like, let's line two guys up and race to the blue line. But that's speed skating. That's not hockey. So it's like, again, get into the weeds, like you've got to be good at a lot of different things at once to be looked at as like a fast hockey player. And so I'm always trying to dissect, like, well, if everybody's only working on top end speed, well, like what are the other things that we can be doing to get an edge that really, really matter in the heart of the game, not just the first shift sprinting down on F1 forecheck. That's easy. That's the easy speed. How can we work on all that other stuff?
Yeah. I feel like, even like scouts are talking about this a lot, like fast twitch, right? Like a fast twitch player versus a slow twitch player. Yeah. And, a lot of this speed of decision making, but more like just speed of hands, feet, really tight area. Like, can you talk a little bit about that? Just like what it means to be fast twitch and kind of how that relates to what you just talked about?
Yeah. It's like being able to, like, a lot of, like, when we were younger, when we would do things, we would get like super deep positions and be powerful from deep positions. But on the ice, you don't go, ass to grass. You don't go butt to the ground and then explode out of it. So we work on power at all different depths, because in a game, you're skating down the ice and you got to change direction quickly and go this way because the play went that way. You don't get to like load fully and explode. You might be like halfway in a stride when you've got to stop and pop the other way. So like we do different things where we're changing direction at different joint angles. We're doing jumps at different joint angles, different depths. So trying to work on being powerful and fluid in your power from, all different joint angles. So that's something like strength is great, but like what we're talking about, change of direction, like guys are not as big as they were like 10 years ago, 15 years ago.
Big,
like,
tall, or like big, bulky?
Big, like jacked, like tons and tons of mass. I think guys are getting a little bit smaller. And smaller, like up top.
Our era, like when we were coming into of NHL age and in college, like everybody looked like a football player, linebacker, or safety. And now like it's almost like the shape of an NHL player when you look at him is so much different than 15 years ago.
Yeah, so much different. Like way, way, way different. Like you have to be an athlete. You have to be an athlete to play in the NHL now. Like you can't just be a choo-choo train that can only go one way and can't turn and can't stop. And like you have to be agile. You have to think. You have to have, the ability to control your body and skill and decelerate and reaccelerate and like change of direction and all these things. And like that's what people think when they think of like somebody who's fast. They don't just think straight line. People who know what they're talking about. So it's like, you've got to be working on speed, power, strength. You got to be working on agility, body awareness, proprioception, spatial awareness, like decision-making at speed. If you only run around cones the whole summer, and there's a time for cones, but if you don't have any decision-making in your agility, in your speed training, I think that that's hurting the athlete, because in a game, you have to make decisions while you're doing these things. So why wouldn't you be training those? And then another big one is, and we're almost there. We're going to start doing a lot of, GMT is going to go full service, both on ice and off ice and video for our athletes. Hopefully by the end of this summer, we'll have the ice available, but 100% next summer. And so we're going to do less sprinting off the ice and do way more on ice sprinting, because like they're different mechanics. And so me having the ability to have pretty much all the ice I want, we're going to be able to do a lot more integrated approach with our on ice and off ice things we do. So we're going to do way less off ice sprinting as the summer goes on and focus all on ice sprinting.
Yeah, that's really cool. And it's always funny to hear you talk about like the walk versus the skate, right? And like the shape of it and like the different muscles they get used. So it like makes so much sense for you to like do more of the skating stuff when it comes to sprints on the ice.
And honestly, with technology now, like you can do resisted sprinting and you can do overspeed sprinting really safely now with a lot of this tech, where, instead of the belt pulling behind you, where you're having to fight through resistance. So that's like making you a stronger skater. Overspeed is when actually the belt is in front of you and pulling you forward as you're skating to go faster than you can at the moment, to teach your brain how to move at that speed and have coordination and things like that. So obviously that's really expensive technology, but like the goal is to have that by next summer for all the guys here.
Dang.
Yeah,
Vechs going all out for his boys and girls there in St. Louis.
Trying, bro. We're trying here.
Love it. All right. Love that one. You lit up. You lit up.
I love talking about this stuff, man.
All right. Time's up. Share the show.
Share it.